Welcome to the NCA Accounting 1.2 simulation. This video will guide you through some features that you can use as a teacher. The version on the left is the assessment sim and the version on the right is the class sim. The class sim is completed in class and has randomized questions that the students can try as many times as they want. The assessment sim is completed in test conditions and their grade is based on this sim. We will mainly be using the assessment sim in this video. Use this button to print out a copy of the assessment into PDF. This is designed for the assessment sim, not the class sim, as each student may have different sets of numbers. You will need to have the Print to PDF add-in installed, but most versions of Excel 2007 and 2010 will have it. Select a folder you want to save it to and click OK. To report a problem, use this button and fill out a form. You can contact us directly for an emergency. Most of the information about your classroom will appear in the classroom information page. At the top you can fill in the time in 24-hour clock when you want to run the actual assessment. Students will only be able to log into the assessment sim during these times. There are 3 periods, so if you need to assign other periods, remove the ones that you've finished, insert the new ones and click Save Schedule to confirm the time slots. When updating the assessment time for the assessment sim, you should also do the same on the class sim version. By entering a time into the class sim, the student cannot log into it during that period. This is to make sure that the system closes down one sim when the other is running. This button allows you to choose whether your students can see a brief marking report after each submission or not. This is the report about your students and their marks. This live report will get updated as soon as students save and submit their work. The report will be slightly different between the class and assessment sims. If you want to see a student's detailed report, click on the Show Report button and put in the report number. This is the number next to their name. The overall report shows you a brief marking for all the tasks the student has done. Most of the marks are converted into percentages, with the basic rule of thumb: the student needs 60, 75 and 90% to get achieved, merit and excellence respectively. For example, if a student has done 60% of everything correctly and gets 50% of the date entered correctly, then they should focus on correcting the dates in the reset to get the achieved level. Each task will have its own detailed report that includes the questions they received, what they have entered and the marking for each entry. Next to their work there is a solution as well for that task. Note that for the class sim, each student may receive a different set of numbers due to the randomization, so the solution will always be different. In the assessment sim, there is an option to reset your students as well. Before you do this, make sure that the student has submitted everything. Then click on the Reset a Student button and enter in the student's number. It will ask you to print a PDF copy of the student's report before the reset. If you do not want a copy, just cancel this. Once the student can reset, a confirmation will show up for them. Each student should only reset once, though you can allow more resets if you like. Allow students to reset as soon as they finish. It may take some time to check the reports and suggest to them which task to reset. Thus, doing this for all students in the last period is difficult. The smart students can finish the assessment, reset if needed, and pass early, leaving you more time to focus on the others. At the end, you can print all of the students' reports into PDF files. There will be one file for each student, with their name and date on the file name. You can save this onto your machine for later use, or send some copies electronically to the moderator. Note that you can access the sim later on during the year as well, but the data will be cleared at the end of the year. At the end of the assessment, please ask your students to complete a feedback form for us and fill it in yourself. This button can be found on the title page of the sim. Your feedback is very important to us. I hope you and your students will enjoy this new way of learning and assessing.